Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, me also, and today I'm picking a topic that was coming a lot into my mind the last period. I'm now traveling in Central America for around 5 months and embodying a card that is coming back to me more often, which is the King of Cups. And I choose the King of Cups from the Mariel Tarot because I could relate to the King of Cups finally, thanks to her actually, because I could relate more to him since I got this deck and I'm looking at his pictures, at this picture, because he is the king, he's fire in the water. To see that made me think more about this guy, but the more surprising thing that I start to feel this card more, and to feel him is as well to see it in myself, to see also he could wake me up to certain patterns that I have in myself. So I choose the deck of Mariel Tarot, and since then, as I said, I'm relating to him more. I feel like I can embody this guy more and more, and wake myself up to certain toxic traits that I was not aware of. That's it. That's what I want to talk about. But first of all, we know that if we want to cover this, to me, if I want to cover this topic, more importantly is to cover the topic of the toxic masculinity, and why I choose the King of Cups as an example, because he is the healthy man in Tarot. To me, and between all the kings, this guy is the one who's ruled the best, because he is the man of Tarot. He could overcome his fears, he could overcome his vulnerability, because he is open to them. So the thing with the let's cover some small traits about the toxic masculinity, which a lot of people I'm sure familiar with. But the origin, we can also mention some causes, which is the origin of it can be the norms, cultures, family, society, friends, whatever, that doesn't allow us to be vulnerable, to be open more to our own emotions, to our feelings, to our weakness, because we labels this kind of emotions as a weakness inside of us, and we don't want to show it to others, so we suppress all our emotions to not show it to other people around, like tears, for example, can be. But the King of Cups is someone who, when he feels sad, he cries. When he feels weak, he talks about it. And I think this is all part of our life as a humans. But the more we suppress it, the more we show weakness. Actually, we don't show it to the outside, but outside also can see it through our anger. Because the only feeling, the only emotion that is tolerated for the traits of toxic masculine is actually anger. It's okay to be angry, it's okay to be angry on others, on yourself, and that's what became more accepted, unfortunately. But we all know that anger is fear, we all know anger is covering certain emotions or suppressing it, that we don't want to don't want others to label us as weak, and this mostly came from childhood traumas. Maybe this is also an inner child thing that happened when we were small kid. Traumas can be accidents, can be the family as well. Keep it up, be a man, don't surrender. Which is still good. I want to just distinguish between resistance and being strong at certain situation to master your situation, and the lower polarity of that, because controlling, to stay in control, acting that you are staying in control. It's something else that you are really centered with yourself, that you are really aligned with yourself. And the King of Cups is someone who brought all this masculinity into its positive realm, into the higher, which some masculine traits, the healthy ones, which is the higher ones, can be things like courage, the willpower that we have when we put our willpower into something in order to manifest it, like the magician. You got as well the wisdom. Wisdom is masculine in a way. The wisdom that you can, actually the wisdom, I can see it in the King of Swords. He's the wise king. He knows what word to pick. He knows how to. He's very sharp. He can cut with his sword between illusions and reality. But he can be cold as well. He can be cold, not open to his emotions, also to see other people's emotions. But the King of Cups is someone who do both. To me, the King of Cups was challenged as well because of that. Maybe it was a lesson for me to bring my emotions up, to open up to it more and look at him without suppressing it. Because the more I open to my emotions, the more I'm accepting my emotions. And yeah, the thing that why bringing these traits into its higher polarity, which is the masculinity in general, is because we got used to show certain aspects of us, that we are strong, that we can keep it up, and that might show us a lot of weakness inside of us. Also, other people can see it, and that's why combining your emotions together with your wisdom, your authority, that will make you a good ruler or good leader. So the water energy in general can be misunderstood for some guys or for some people, mostly guys actually, because the water energy is some people see it as something very tender, very soft, cannot handle, but that's not true, because the strength in us is when we show understanding, and compassion to other. When we are compassion to other, we are allowing them to change for the better. But once we are rigid with our words, like the King of Swords, we can trigger them and doesn't allow them to be themselves, be their emotions, which still, again, the King of Swords is good that he confronts. He is good that the way he say his words is like right in your face, but still the compassion is missing. And this guy has a capacity of giving. He reached a higher realm of emotion. He could see the bigger image of the human. As a human, he is the human. That's why I'm saying he is the man, because he's the most human. If you compare this guy with other kings, you have the fire on fire, the King of Wands, air on fire, fire on air, King of Swords, and fire on Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, fire on earth. But he's the only one who's holding water energy, the only king that holds the water energy. In this picture especially, he is in the water. It cannot be more obvious that it's fire on water. He could combine these two opposites inside of him to be a whole, and that's courage. That's power. That's a lot of strength in order to open up and confront everything inside of you, to not allow more or any suppression of your emotions. And that's what makes this guy is the ultimate wisdom for me in the whole kings and the whole kingdom. The kings in the tarot is the ultimate wisdom. You bring it from this guy. Thank you very much.